Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. Fortnite has dropped yet another update, only 1 week after the last one. While it may not be huge, there's enough here to predict the future and delve into some storyline theories. It's now week 8 of season 5. Like usual, sit your butt down for 10 minutes, slap code ADAMARU in the store to support this series, and let's look at everything that has changed this week. Like we could start anywhere else. After the escape pod crash landed in stealthy stronghold, the Predator is officially here right now. It blows my mind, the Predator is in Fortnite. Just like the original movie, the Predator is hiding in the trees around Stealthy Stronghold, waiting to cut you down. The Predator, or BigPreds as literally no one calls him, have been brought here by Jonesy. If you are not following Fortnite on Twitter, here's the audio tease from earlier this week, complete with a dancing BigPreds. Hashtag BigPreds.
Reality log 2053. 105-28. I don't think my target knows that I know that he knows where I am, which is just where I want him, you know? He's been on me for my last dozen jumps, but it's table turning time, because the cat in this little cat and mouse game, he doesn't know that the mouse has a knife. That's right. The hunter is now the hunted. I lost him. Well, it was nice being the hunter. If you need me, I'll be wallowing in mud. Again. But the moment I have the upper hand, it's welcome to the jungle.
The Predator is also officially a hunter down at the Haven location. He has his own room, which indicates he's a nice guy when he's not hunting for trophies. And that reminds me, have you seen his back bling? You recognize it, right? Yeah, it's your mum. And that's my one mum joke for the week completed, thank you. In the lore of the Predator race, these hunters look throughout the universe for worthy adversaries to battle, and then they take their skulls as a trophy. And back in the 1980s, it was Arnie's chance to go up against them. By the way, I'm thinking of starting an origin series in which we retell the official story of each crossover character that comes into Fortnite. I kinda get the feeling not everyone has watched an action movie from the 1980s. Over in Hunter's Haven, the Predator's room is filled with alien tech. First of all, look at the command center, straight from the mothership and into Fortnite. Also in the room is the ceremonial stand, which houses all the gear the Predator wears. That includes that iconic mask and gauntlets. How cool is it that he has a room? He's one of Jonesy's original hunters, that's why the Walking Dead characters don't have their own home yet. The Predator will attack anyone in his domain with his gauntlet attacks and hides using this trick. The great thing is, we can take that invisibility mod and use it ourselves. It lasts for 30 seconds, but needs to be recharged each use. I did a little myth chasing and concluded that other bosses like Mando cannot see you when you are invisible, but they will shoot near the last location they last saw you. A few more tests on other NPCs make this really complicated. Sometimes they see you, sometimes they see completely through you. Puns, never intended, but yeah, they will shoot you, or at least in your general vicinity. But sometimes they're completely oblivious. And here's something extra cool. Should you defeat both the boss characters, look at this. You can use Mando's jetpack whilst invisible. Pretty darn impressive. Please do me a favour, if you have any Predator-based myths for the Grenade community to chase, please leave them in the comments and upvote your favourites. Speaking of Mando, each update have you noticed that Mando moves around the sandy area of the map, each time setting up a new campsite. Well, a few weeks back, Mando moved to the campsite near Pleasant Park, but for me at least, his campsite never appeared. I've looked around and it totally seems like it's an issue in my game, but once again, in this new update, I'm still unable to find Mando's campsite. Please could you let me know if his official campsite is in your game? And where do you usually find Mando? For me, he tends to be by the spot nearest the 0 point, like it's his job to protect it from invading hunters. So the 0 point has continued to link dimensions, and right now 2 more cracks in time and space are approaching. Up by Stealthy Stronghold, the Predator jungle can be seen, but if the Predator is already in the game, will this be for another hunter? Maybe Dutch, like we talked about last week. But it's the other one I want to talk about. The final dimensional rift is heading towards steamy stacks. Everyone has been predicting who will appear. Some people suggest that Lara Croft could be coming to Fortnite. Imagine Lara Croft doing Take the L. Can't wait. But there are other things to consider. Theory 1 is Tenet. Have you seen the movie yet? Tenet is the story of a man tasked with hunting down a key to prevent the world from ending due to time travel. Sounds familiar, right? Well, think back a season or 2 and there was foreshadowing here. Deep in the pits of the stacks is a hidden room with an idol from the Tenet movie. Usually Easter eggs like this are removed at the end of the season, but this one continues to this day. What could it mean? If you can't be sure where to find this, come to this building and destroy under the stairs and finally the wall at the end of the sub-basement. Thinking about it, this was probably foreshadowing of time travel, and we never noticed. GG's Fortnite. Theory number 2 is the Terminator, my personal favourite theory. A quick apology from last week. I said that Arnie was the T-1000 and hundreds of you told me I was completely wrong. He's the T-800. How dare I? I'm very sorry. But anyway, why is this theory so captivating? Well, let's break down those clues. Clue number 1. Recently, content creators received a package containing Fortnite Hunters goodies and clues about which characters Jonesy wants to bring to the island. In that package was a set of sunglasses. Only a small nod, but this is an iconic thing that Arnie wears in the Terminator movies. Clue number 2. Last week, the new shotgun was added with lever action. The reload method once again referenced something known in the Terminator universe, and the action the T-800 uses when riding one-handed with a shotgun, as you do. I honestly think this looks so brilliant, absolutely badass. But wait, there is more. Clue number 3. In the movies, the Terminator and all the time travelers are sent back using a sphere of pure energy. Hang on. Kinda like a 0 point. And one in particular arrived at a nuclear power plant. Not to mention most of the Terminators are made using nuclear power cells. And where would you expect to find one of those in Fortnite? At steamy stacks, right? And clue number 4, one more for good luck. The organisation behind the AI revolution is Cyberdyne Tech. They created Skynet, which eventually went on to overthrow the human race. Perfect for a child-friendly game. It's a real feel-good story. Hold on, is that a Diplodocus? Was Ali A trying to tell us something all those years ago? And to cut this long story short, this is exactly the same walls, floors, doors as Cyberdyne in the movies. I think it's safe to say the Terminator is coming to Fortnite very soon. Bring on the clickbait thumbnail pictures. The Terminators are literal time-travelling hunters. This couldn't fit the theme of the season more perfectly. So that's why I believe the Terminator is coming. And finally, we get to see the Terminator face off with the Predator. I mean, BigPreds. Is anyone saying that yet? No? Well, I'm not going to stop. Put that aside, now is the right time to practice your Arnie impressions, ready for the new skin. Come on, do it! You got to do the impressions! Oh God, this is my life. Let's recap a few other things. How about this? Hut Watch. So I've been keeping an eye down here, but not recording anything for a video because I don't really see any changes, but you guys have demanded me to come back, and I'm happy to oblige. I honestly think Hut Watch Chapter 2 is now complete, and it became a Big Shots diner. I was hoping for something more monumental, but eating and drinking are important, right? The hut has books and magazines with a few nods to Fortnite characters, but I honestly don't think this is being updated anymore. Rip the dream. So unless something happens here, this is the end of Hut Watch. I know you're crying right now, I am too, but all good things must come to an end. The hut has been part of our lives for years. Goodbye Hut Watch. Thank you for the memories. So I believe that's it. In terms of map updates, that's week 8 of chapter 2, season 5. A quick thank you and a huge I'm sorry to the people who've used my code ADAMARU in recent weeks. I haven't been active enough in my Twitter DMs and I'm very sorry. I'll be putting that right this week, so expect a reply very soon. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time.